Hey guys, Logan here, and today I'm here to give you guys my review for a second season of a Netflix original show that I recently watched both yesterday and earlier today, which is the second season of 13 Reasons Why. Yes, this is they came out with a second season as a follow-up to the first season, which came out last year, and so I figured why not do my review for the second season now that I binge watched the whole second season. So let's get on with it. In the second season, which picks up in the aftermath of Hannah's death and the start of our characters' complicated journeys toward healing and recovery, Liberty High prepares to go on trial, but someone will stop at nothing to keep the truth surrounding Hannah's death concealed. A series of ominous Polaroids led Clay and his classmates to uncover a sickening secret and a conspiracy to cover it up. If you guys saw my reaction to the official trailer for 13 Reasons Why Season 2, you'll know how unfazed I was by the trailer, and the idea of them making a second season and just keeps the show going really threw me off and made me had a huge question mark on the top of my head. So going into watching or binge watching, quote unquote, second season of 13 Reasons Why, I didn't really know what to expect because I really wasn't that impressed with the first season. Even though I thought the concept was interesting, the execution felt very ham-fisted with the messages that it was bringing out about sexual assault or rape that leads up to suicide for someone who's been contemplating on suicide. And I must say that after getting through the whole second season of 13 Reasons Why, I gotta say, it was a slight improvement over the first season, which kind of surprised me a bit because I didn't think it would be better than the first season because I didn't know what to expect. So I came into the second season with low expectations, and that kind of helped a bit. So the rest of the cast from the first season have returned in the second season, including Catherine Langford. I think I got her last name right. She played Hannah Baker, who in the first season committed suicide, but prior to that recorded 13 tapes explaining why she died. I thought she was very good in the first season. And I could say the same for her in the second season, although you could argue that that the writing for her character sometimes got got confusing, especially with some of the decisions she had made that was actually shown in flashbacks, which I will get into in just a few minutes. But I will say that she did a good job, as well as Dylan Minnette. I think that's how you say his last name. He did a good job as well. Most of them, for the majority of the second season, did a good job with their performances, and their characters were kind of, some of them felt a little bit one-dimensional for me. But I don't know exactly who to blame. The actors for the way they portray the characters, or if it's the writers. I don't know who to blame for the way their characters were portrayed or were written. But either way, the characters, most of them in this series, second season particularly, were kind of one-dimensional for me. And I gotta say, this second season took a very different direction from what the first season took. And that's what I thought is very interesting. In this second season, we get to see all the students and teachers, especially those from the first season, be on trial talking about the times they spent with Hannah Baker. Scenes times that they talked about that we hadn't seen in the first season, or at least that I can recall. And the way that this second season, the direction that this second season took for the story in the aftermath of Hannah's suicide, I thought it was kind of interesting. I found myself semi-invested in the story for the second season. the whole story, actually. One of the gripes I had with the first season is that it felt very ham-fisted with the way it does the execution to the concept, as well as the messages that it was bringing out about sexual assault and rape that leads up to suicide, or someone contemplating on suicide. And the second season doesn't really do that this time around, and I applaud the team behind this series for doing that, taking a very different direction from what the first season gave us. Now, I appreciate the way that the first season was bringing out messages about the suicide and other serious topics that it was bringing up, but I didn't really appreciate the execution that it had to those messages and the concept in the first season. I kind of like the pacing for 13 Reasons Why this time around. I was really bored by the first season multiple times. I was bored with the second season, but not as much as I was with the first season. The pacing has improved. The pacing in the second season has improved over the pacing in the first season, at least for me personally. Now, I got more invested whenever there are like trial scenes revolving around the characters from the first season, talking about Hannah Baker, and the times they spent with Hannah Baker before she committed suicide. Those are the only interesting parts that I find about the second season of 13 Reasons Why. Scenes with the trial, trying to find out who raped Hannah Baker, which obviously we audience members know who raped Hannah Baker if you have watched the first season. But for those of you who have not watched the first season of 13 Reasons Why, spoilers, Hannah Baker got raped by Bryce in a small swimming pool at a house of some sorts by some friend. And half of all the episodes of the second season, I actually found myself liking and thought were better than the other episodes that I either thought were just okay, or that's relatively decent, or were just not very good at all. Not to say they were terrible, but they were just, or some of them, but they weren't really that good. At least a couple that I could think of on the top of my head. So I'm willing to say that the second season, even though it's not a huge improvement over the first season, because there's still some similar issues I have with the second season as it pertains to the first season, I still think this one is more watchable than the first season, because I feel like the second season has improved upon the episodes, the pacing, and the storytelling, and the scenes with the trial really have improved upon anything else that happened in the first season. So even though, like I said, the second season is not a huge improvement over the first season, it's at least more watchable than the first season. I'm going to give 13 Reasons Why Season 2 a Silver Medal of Honor. Same Medal of Honor as I have given the first season back when I reviewed it a year ago, but I'm just keeping it 100. Even though I gave it the same Medal of Honor, I still feel like this second season is an improvement over the first one, or the first season. So, anyway guys, that is my review for Season 2 of 13 Reasons Why. If you guys enjoyed my review, please click the like button and comment down below if you have already watched 13 Reasons Why Season 2. If you enjoyed what you've seen here and you want to see future videos from me, please press up there to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week, Battle Squad, and as always, fight the good fight.